Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Queenstead affects UK visa process for Beenie Man. Veteran dancehall DJ Beenie Man has postponed his UK performance due to issues with his work visa. The King of Dancehall shared the news on social media, stating that the process was delayed as a result of events held in observance of Queen Elizabeth II's death. Administrative changes and the closure of the embassy have caused delays in the processing of immigration matters. Beenie Man was scheduled to perform at Evening Apollo in Hammersmith. He apologized to his fans for the disappointment and announced a new date of November 27 for the show. All tickets will remain valid for the rescheduled event. KSAMC dismantles illegal garages. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation KSAMC conducted several operations to disrupt illegal garages operating in the area. Municipal Police Commandant Dwayne Anderson noted that the operation focused on Vineyard Town and Walton Park. He said some 15 broken-down vehicles were removed from the public roadways. He noted that the vehicles were hampering access to public spaces.
The municipality, along with the Public Safety, Traffic and Enforcement Branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, have been conducting several operations across the municipality to disrupt illegal garages. We would have paid attention to several areas, specifically Vineyard Town and Walton Park area, specifically Henderson Road, where we would have removed 15 motor vehicles from the public thoroughfare. These vehicles would have been operating on by mechanics aligned to various illegal garages, and based on the fact that they do not have enough space on their property, they would have parked these vehicles, preventing other persons from enjoying the public space. Failure to do so, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation will be executing their function in seizing and impounding these vehicles. We would have served several notices on these entities, but these people, our persons, would have been relentless and hell-bent in carrying out their activities. Whilst conducting the operation, the team came under threats of violence. However, we maintained calm, were courageous, and executed the job.
St. Catherine police seeking a man who allegedly shot and killed his brother. The St. Catherine police are investigating the shooting death of a man allegedly at the hands of his brother yesterday. The deceased has been identified as 42-year-old farmer Noel Phillips, otherwise called David, of Lovely Grove in St. Catherine. Reports are that about 10:39 a.m., Phillips was at a grave digging when an argument developed between him and his brother. The brother was reportedly slapped with a machete twice by Phillips. He allegedly retaliated by pulling a firearm from his waistband and fired several shots at Phillips before fleeing the scene. The police are trying to ascertain the whereabouts of the suspect. Police seeking BMW X5 driver involved in Westmoreland fatal crash. The police are seeking to find the driver of the black BMW X5 SUV who fled a Westmoreland crash scene in which two motorcyclists were killed. The police said the vehicle was found abandoned with the license plates removed. Those killed are 18-year-old Dominic Brown of Hopewell District and 65-year-old Balfour Tomlinson of Norman Manley Boulevard in Negril, both in Westmoreland. The Negril police report that about 12:20 on Tuesday afternoon, Tomlinson and Brown were traveling on separate motorcycles along the Retrieve Main Road towards Negril when they were hit by the SUV. It is reported that the SUV driver lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a motorcycle being driven by Brown. The out-of-control SUV reportedly continued along the roadway and then crashed into a second motorcycle, which was being driven by Tomlinson. Both motorcyclists sustained multiple injuries and were rushed to hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The SUV driver reportedly sped away from the scene. The police said the vehicle was later found abandoned along Norman Manley Boulevard in Negril, with the license plates missing. The vehicle was seized and a search was launched for the driver. No death penalty for Kokopi's family killer. Director of Public Prosecutions Paul Llewellyn has pushed death penalty as a sentencing option for Roisin Barnett, the Trelawny man charged for the June 21 murder of his cousin and her 4 children in Kokopi's Chapelton, Clarendon. A sentence hearing for Barnett was on the way at the Home Circuit Court in Kingston. He pleaded guilty to murdering Kimisha Wright and her 4 children in July. Their bodies were discovered by a relative inside their home with chop wounds and their throats slashed on the morning of Tuesday, June 21. The forensic psychologist who explained Barnett revealed that Barnett had a tendency to be superficial, referring to a habit of being smooth and slick. The forensic psychologist also revealed that Barnett lacked openness, does not accept responsibility, is unreliable, displays adult antisocial behavior, and lacks empathy. Barnett reportedly admitted to killing the five, but said voices in his head told him to do so. He added that he had been hearing voices since he was 18 years old. Barnett also stated that he was being obeyed, which is why he carried out the heinous act. Llewellyn said that the starting point for Barnett's sentence should be life imprisonment and that he should serve 60 years before being eligible for parole. According to Llewellyn, anything less than that sentencing would shock the public conscience. TAJ runs up alleged tax cheats. Almost 24 people accused of not paying various taxes were taken into custody early Thursday morning during coordinated operations in St. Catherine. The operations are being conducted by Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ Special Enforcement Team. Already, more than 20 people have been taken into custody, according to the enforcement sources. It is reported that over 40 people could be in custody at the end of the operations. The accused tax cheats are expected to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court. After a 2-year break from physical learning environment due to the novel coronavirus pandemic, numerous students of the Haile Selassie High School in St. Andrew have returned with behaviors that distract them from teaching and learning. Lorenzo Ellis, school principal for 13 years, told reporters on Monday that he and the teachers have been a bit distracted dealing with students who bleach their skin and wear improper uniform and unacceptable hairstyle, among other breaches. We have even had some students who wear dental braces. They were not done by a dentist. We have isolated them, and we gave them letters of breach and warning last week, and we have given them time to correct it. We have communicated with the parents, and we have disseminated this information to our grade supervisors and form teachers. We are asking them to use this week to continue the conversation with them as to how they are going to correct the issues. We have sent home no one, but we are trying to correct the breaches, Ellis said. Most of the students of Haile Selassie High School are mainly from violent-prone communities and lack supervision throughout the pandemic, according to the guidance counselor Jacqueline Bryan, who is also president of the Jamaica Association of Social Workers. Bryan said during the height of the pandemic, when many students were to be doing online classes, they opted for jobs to provide food for themselves and families. She said that the teachers don't have the undivided attention of all the students because they are distracted. The students are from Payne Avenue, Maxfield Park, Spanish Town Road, Majestic Gardens, Seaview, Duane Park, St. Thomas, and Red Hills. I had suggested that for the first month of school, there should be no academics to allow us to have conversations with them, to give them the opportunity to speak and talk about what they have experienced over the past 2 years. They will not confide in you until you build a relationship with them. Once you have built that relationship, that is when we can get to address behavioral issues. Having not had any boundaries, you have to speak to them 3 or 4 times before they respond. You have to develop listening ability. You have to be able to help them to start comprehending that this is a school and that there are certain behaviors that are not appropriate in a school. On the matter of students from grades 10 to 13 taking on various means of earning, Bryan said she has received numerous reports of students cleaning windscreens at stoplight, vending inside the Coronation Market and on the streets. I even have students who are still working. They work on weekends. They have not given up their positions, and because of their work ethic, the workplaces allow them to work on weekends. From grades 10 to 13 are still working. Some of them leave immediately after school and can't stay back for anything because they're going to work, and they don't want to give that up because that is a way to earn income for them. Some of them are in financial situations where it is single-parent home, and they feel that they have to go out there and earn in order to address financial issues. I have one young lady who proudly told me that she sells downtown and she buy her uniform, books, bags, and everything to come to school. In the meantime, the school principal said that despite students taking a long periods of time to get settled, there have been a vast reduction in certain offenses like weapon possession. We have done significantly well in terms of transforming and readiness for learning. We still have some challenges with general conduct, but essentially, we are happy that we have conquered the monster of possession and the use of weapons. We have also had a significant reduction in fights and critical incidents. However, as you can see, there are some other challenges we have in terms of general conduct and behavior, which we're trying to work on. We recently did a study of the phenomena among our students and teachers and have just done what we called a recovery plan to see how we can get better responses from the students in terms of behavior. We do accept that it is a major challenge, apart from the fact that there is a lack of resources. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell